Hello everyone, my name is Valeria and in this channel we talk about spirituality and esoterics. So today we are talking about Sirius and the mysteries of Sirius. So fixed star Sirius Alpha Canis Majoris is a brilliant white angelus star, the brightest star in the sky. It is positioned in the neck of Canis Major, the greater dog. The naming of the fixed star Sirius, the dog star, comes from a Greek word which means sparking, and in Egypt it was called Sothis. Okay? The ancient Egyptian calendar was based on lunar cycles of around 30 days and on the heliacal rising of the fixed star Sirius. So this heliacal rising of Sirius, when it was first visible rising before the sun, was highly significant to the ancient Egyptians as it marked the beginning of the annual flooding of the Nile and the first day of their solar year. So Sirius is a binary star consisting of Sirius A and a white dwarf companion named Sirius B. So in esoterica, sometimes it is said that Sirius C is also a third star related with Nibiru. I don't resonate a lot with that now, but it's interesting to consider that. So we are going to talk about Sirius as beings and also as a galactic origin. So most people probably they have at least one alignment with Sirius A. So Sirius A is associated with mystery schools, with Egypt and Anunnakis, while Sirius B is associated with the ancient origins of humanity. Actually, they were seeders on the earth, the blue ones that were coming and visiting before Lemuria. So if Lyrans are the founders of this system of 15 dimensions, beings from Sirius B are in a way seeders of Earth and humanity. They usually have some karmic ties with humanity and the Earth's evolution. I often find alignments in astrology to Sirius B on the outer planets, like ancient times, really ancient. So different beings as Yeshua or Isis are said to have come from Sirius also. So Yeshua is associated directly with Sirius B, and Isis, as a collective, will be more associated with Sirius A. So when I tap into Sirius A, I often feel a mix of beings and energies, like different bodies, and some of them are service to self and some of them are more service to others. So here you have sometimes birds, like feline hybrids, also cetaceans, and the mermaid lineage. There are service to others and Anunnakis, and there are Anunnakis that have rehabilitated and are service to others also. There are also blue Sirians here that look like the beings from Sirius B, that they serve the law of one. You have some Anunnakis here that are fallen angelic. They are from this Anu lineage. They are Avengers in a way. So this include, for example, these bipedal dolphin people. They are like with a humanoid body but with also dolphin traits, and they are from a lineage which is Pleiadian, Nibirian, Anunnaki. So Sirians are often in the second and third density, which means dimensions 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Starseeds from here, they usually have these, ties to the Mother Earth and specifically the ocean. They use symbols, light language. They sometimes feel a connection with Egypt and also with Sumeria. And also Sirius A relates with the protection of the 13 crystal skulls. They can feel a resonance also with serpents, as they are related with mystery schools, with more and less expansive mystery schools. Some of these mystery schools have been related with black magic. You have also here the school of the 9 serpents. Also, there is a phantom version of Sirius A, which does not happen with Sirius B. So I want to talk first about Ashurites and Sirius B. Ashurites are the forefathers of beings that we associate with Sirius B. So you have the Emerald Order, the Golden Order, and the Amethyst Order. So these three together, they created a new race, a guardian race called Ashurites. So these beings, they are blue-skinned, land, water, feline, avian, hominids. Some of them have these feathered heads and they have wings. They were created 250 billion of years ago. So this Ashurite race, they have all of the ascension codes. They were like a new race, so that the founders, the beings from the 5th density, the ascended masters, also from beyond this system of dimension, they could incarnate directly by using these bodies, So then these Ashurite beings, they created a type of angelic humans, and then this type of angelic humans with Ashurites again, they created like a blue human, which was a lineage that was on Sirius B. So these beings from Sirius B, they are in a way like progenitors of our lineage of indigos on Earth. So these beings from Sirius B, they are also guardians of the Stargate, which is associated with Sirius B, Stargate number 6. They are part of the Sirian Council, and in this Stargate you have Sirius B, which is a organic Stargate, but you have also this Sirius A as a phantom matrix. You have also here access to Procyon, so this is really interesting. Then, talking about cetaceans, we often associate cetaceans with Sirius. So here it's important to know that there are two main types, you have cetaceans that come from this not regressive part of the amethyst order, the violet order. So these are Lyrans from dimension 11, and then you have cetaceans that are from this Anu lineage, which is related with Anunnakis, and these ones are more service to self. So, you have these cetaceans from the amethyst order. They are most closely resembling the aquatic dolphin and whale species on Earth, unlike the bipedal dolphin people of the fallen Anunnakis. These cetaceans, which are more service to others, they don't have arms or legs, and they can probably breathe air and water, but they are designed to move in water, in fluid, So these are pure white or really pale light blue in color, and they are always transmitting the sound tones, so they help to keep this universal structure in order. They have created several dolphin and whale species on Earth that help to keep the Earth biosphere. At the same time, the dolphin people from Anunnakis, they have also seeded different strains of dolphin and whales and shark species into the Earth because they want to gain sonic control over our template, because sound is so powerful, and we all know that with sound you affect DNA, you affect the grids on the Earth, all of that. So it might be hard to detect the difference between the, service to other cetaceans and the Anunnaki ones. But, the service to others, they tend to be, with a skin color which is lighter, and of course, they eat more vegetarian. They are mostly in these warmer waters, okay? And of course, they have more of this feminine frequency, more of divine feminine. They are gentle, they are kind of receptive with humans, this is when you go and you are close to, I don't know, a dolphin and you start to heal. If we talk about Sirius B, they served the law of one and they accepted the authority of the Syrian Council. So they are often with aquatic features. They are related with the Dogon tribe of West Africa. They talk about astronomy and history, galactic history. So beings from the Syrian Council of Sirius B, they helped with the second seeding of humanity. So the first seeding failed, and then they helped with the second one. I have videos and I will make more videos if you want to know more about all of this, about the seedings, about the Emerald Order, about different lineages and different epochs on Earth and all of that. Okay, so at that point, the Earth's grid could not sustain a life field with four-dimensional coding. So the idea was to allow these souls that were waiting to be re-entered into Earth by a process called downgrading. So through this process, the vibrational essence of the morphogenetic field of the race could be like stepped down to a slower vibrational pattern by passing a portion of the morphogenetic field through the core of another planet in the first density. So this required the use of a planetary body within the same time spiral cycles as Earth, but which had a core vibrational pulsation rate that was slightly higher than that of the Earth. So the planet chosen for this was Sirius B. So a portal bridge was constructed between the core of Sirius B, between also the fourth density where the souls were waiting to come, and the Earth core at the second dimension. So a portion of our morphogenetic field was placed within the core of Sirius B, the part that contained the energy essence and souls of the second seeding, and some of these soul essences combined their consciousness with the etheric consciousness of Sirius B, and they created also a kind of Sirian human consciousness, and these beings, they were involved with Sumeria and also with the Egyptian cultures and also with Atlantis, but I mean with Atlantis in the second seeding, which was like other version of Atlantis, and then with the more recent Atlantis, with what we know as Atlantis. So these beings, thanks to this, they didn't need to their soul essence to fragment into the different dimensions following death, So if they had assembled most of the third DNA strand, they could move into the race morphogenetic field that was in Sirius B, and within this morphogenetic field of Sirius B, this soul could evolve here for a time as disembodied consciousness in order to assemble more frequencies into its scope, So this is the way that Sirius B became really, really tied with humanity, basically, because of ancient seedings of humanity. This is before what we understand as Lemuria and Atlantis. So in these times, some spaces on Egypt were aligned with Sirius B directly. So that's why the Egyptians were always in these connections with, especially with beings from Sirius B, and also from Sirius A, And then we have Anunnakis. So these beings are, they come from these beings of the 11th dimension, which were feline, aquatic, ape beings that were on Avion, on Lyra, and they became then these Anu, Elohim, fallen beings, and then they created many Anunnaki beings they were also fallen beings. They were like avengers of these first beings, Anu, And for example, here they created these beings that I talked about, which are bipedal dolphin people, which are Pleiadian, Nibiruan, Anunnakis in essence, and that are from Sirius A. So I am going to make another video about Anunnakis and Nibiru in order to go more into the detail of that. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions about Anunnakis. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you like this content. And thank you so much for watching.